Penis.
Hey guys, it's IoKid and Yewin, and we're gonna talk about the Rolling Tourney League. So Yewin can say hi.
Hello.
All right, so this is our mid-season analysis video, plus studs and duds breakdown, as well as a playoff picture kind of discussion video. So I'm only gonna make the title mid-season breakdown, but it's got all that stuff in there. So we're gonna talk about the season, how everybody's done, any advice we may have for them, any things that they've done right, we will give them praise on. We're going to talk about studs and duds. We kind of went through the whole list and we picked out one Pokemon we feel all the coaches have really utilized well or the best, and one Pokemon that they might have failed on. And then we're going to be talking about the playoff picture and how we think that is going to go down from quarterfinals to finals, as well as who we think is going to make the cut in order. So, Yewin, do you have anything to say before we begin?
No, you covered all the bases there, I'm pretty sure, so we can get right down to business. And
All right, perfect. So, we're not going to talk about us until we get to the studs and duds thing. We're not really going to talk about us because if you would like a analysis on how we feel we feel we have done awesome. We are currently in undefeated seasons with amazing differentials. Not really much to talk about there. We feel we've had really awesome, adequate seasons, and really this is a video for you guys to help improve on your games, as well as tell you things that you have done right and things that you shouldn't change. So, would you like to kick it off, Yewin, with the Dutch Drapions?
what are we starting with? Like,
The Dutch
what have they
Drapion,
done
just
well? What have they not done well?
the mid-season kind of talk. Just talk about the season thus far.
How about we start at the bottom of the list with the Southeastern
Because the Dutch
Aegislashes instead?
Drapions are actually on the bottom of the list because they are statistically eliminated from playoffs, where the Southeastern Aegislashes have a kind of like a really small chance to make it. The Dutch Drapions are the only team that are currently eliminated. You definitely cannot make it into at
Okay.
this rate with 2 wins. The Southeastern Aegislashes still have a very small chance to get in.
Okay. Um.
Yes.
All right. Wow, they'd have to 6-0 their way up to the top.
Yes, they do. Yes, they do. But it's still a chance.
It's Siren. You have a chance, my dude. You have a chance. So, Joker. I don't know how new you are to this, but you're having a rough season. It's okay.
Yeah,
Um,
he's focusing on another league.
that's all right. I'm just saying, in here, you're not having a good go at it, and that's all right. Everyone has seasons like this where they're just complete and utter dog shit. I have had winless seasons before. It's not fun, but it can be, just because then you just start bringing meme teams. Um, but I think things that you've done well. I mean, I have seen you bring Arcanine more than just offensive, which is very good. I know most people have the mindset of bringing Arcanine as just this banded beater or something that can just go out there and click buttons, but you've actually been pretty good at making it a bit defensive in a couple games from what I've seen. So I'll give you props there. I don't think that your issue is any one thing this season though that's kind of been making it rough. I think distracting from another league maybe. I don't know who's helping your team build, so I can't really critique anything there. Some poor decision making in games from what I've seen. I can't pull out anything specific. We might go over a couple like different things here and there, but you know, at the end of the season, I don't know how do you feel about that? Is that a good idea?
Little end season before playoff talk. Yeah, I'm cool with that. This is really supposed to be
All
for
right,
like
cool.
mid season.
Yeah, mid-season stuff. Um, you drafted an okay team, pretty solid team. So going into the next season, since this season's kind of over for you, um, since I guess you're the first one officially eliminated from playoffs, you've looked forward, just draft a good team like you did this time. But I think just better decision making in game would be the best improvement that you can make. Um, that's about it, though. Was he the was he the one that brought the Rocky helmet on the Latios? No, that was your fate. Never mind. You didn't bring
Yeah,
Rocky helmet on the Latios.
I
I'm getting
fought a
the
Rocky
leagues mixed
Helmet
up.
Latios. Yeah, I fought a Rocky Helmet Latios, and I actually did some work.
Yeah. So that wasn't you. Thank God. Um, I'm proud of you for not doing that, Joker. But yeah, I don't have too much to say on this team. Um, since I guess that they have technically officially been eliminated from having a playoff, from having a postseason.
You gave a good
Um,
dialogue. You gave a good dialogue. That's what I was looking for. All right. Well, are you good? You good?
yeah, I'm good. That's fine.
Southeastern Aegis Slash is 0-5. Like I just said in the beginning of the video, there's a straight. I think I was looking at it the other night, and I believe if the Kamikaze Card Banks lose out and Lokadai loses in this upcoming match against Tomato, you still have a still very small chance to make it. But um, what I was going to say about this team is I'm definitely proud of the season that you've put together. The differential is 0-18 or is -18 for 0-5 though. That's it's still not too terrible in a sense. You've definitely put up some good fights. You've worried some people. If I had any advice to give you, I would say for next season, don't draft a theme team like Rain or Sand or Sun. Gimmicky teams like that are really hard to use on your first go around of things. You really need flexibility in your drafts whenever you're new, so you have different avenues you can take and different ways you can learn. Because as of now, it seemed like you were locked into bringing the same six all week with a couple variations because you were kind of scared to bring Rain in certain matchups, as you should have been. So next season, I wouldn't draft Rain or Sand or Sun or anything like that. Just draft a nice little balanced team that has some good offense and has some good switch-ins. Um, Celesteela's really performed admirably. We're going to talk about that a little later. Just specific little highlights of your team. I like Celesteela. I particularly liked. There was another one I liked. Sorry, I'm kind of looking at it right now. I'm totally professional at the moment. But there was another one I liked. I liked Thunderous and the offensive pressure it actually brought just in prep. It was the mod I was worried about whenever I played you, and I've spoken with some others around the league, and everybody's like, I don't have switching for Thunderous. And you brought that presence really well, especially you showcased it really well in week one when you almost beat a team that is really doing very, very well in Drabos. So solid stuff there. I would just try to focus more on building a more centralized team, keeping your confidence up. And as for this season, though it's probably over, just try to get your first win. Make that what these next three games are about. Don't worry about playoffs or anything because you are probably out. But just make it about that first win. Taste that first little bit of victory so you can take away something from this league and then carry into next
Yeah.
season and get multiple wins. And then maybe next season you'll go, if it's an 8-week season, maybe next season you'll go 3-5. And then that next season you'll actually make playoffs at like 5-3. You never know. It's
Dude,
just I see
next
a lot of
season this
potential.
boy's going like 6-2, making playoffs next season.
Yeah, I see a lot of potential. I really do. So keep it up. Keep your head up. You're doing well. Thank you for sticking with us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now we have the most controversial team.
What's up, Fuzzy? You're new. You came in at a rough spot because your first fight was against my little brother here.
Played a hell of a
Um,
fight, by the way.
yeah, damn good fight. Damn good fight. Um, fucking only one other person has gotten close and actually kind of had Brandon beat. You
Yep.
just
Just
you
made the wrong
had him
play.
dead to rights.
Just made the
Just
wrong
made the
play.
wrong play. And so well done to you there. This isn't really a critique of your team so far, what you've done with it, but more so Skyrift, who you have taken over for. Skyrift beat Joker week 1, I believe.
Yep, they started their season 1-0. High hopes.
You started their season 1-0, started with a 3-0 too. Convincing win, which is always great. So I got to give you props there. You beat the tar out of your buddy, which is always fun. Anytime you play a good friend of yours and you just shellac them, it's great. Like if Brandon, whenever Ilkid and I fight this coming week, one of us beats the shit out of each other, we're going to be hanging it over them for the entirety of this season.
Oh, man, how's that? How's that 5-1 feel?
Like exactly. Like how's your one
Could not
loss
be
feel?
me.
How's
Could
your
not
one
be
loss
me.
feel? And so But so if you're the one who's playing next season, I can't really give you any advice because I haven't seen enough out of you yet. From what I have seen, I've been very impressed. I know my little brother's quite good at this. So well done to you there for almost handing him his first L of the season.
With a team you're not even really familiar with.
Yeah, you just kind of came over here, took this team over, and then ran with it. And only having 3 transactions was you did good things with it. So well done to you, Skyrift. I know you said you're getting better. I know you're in another league as well. Continue to be patient, and just be patient as you learn how to do this stuff. I know this is probably only your 3rd league. Continue to grow, get better. Prep, I think, is where your issue is because you don't necessarily know how to deal with setup too well. What I would do, and setup can be hard to deal with for a lot of different teams, but what you need to do is I think it goes all the way back to like just in a drafting sense, is have a wall. You need to have like a physical wall and like a special wall, ideally, where you can just, okay, if I see this thing click Swords Dance, based on the coverage moves that it can bring, I'm gonna have this thing come out on this. So
Preferably
for
walls that can click recover.
any wall that has its own recovery is fantastic. Like a recover, reliable rest talk sets are solid. Like with a Snorlax, that's a very good special wall. Milotic is a terrific wall. We'll get to that thing later. Cresselia was a solid wall. I really liked that pick. At the original point of it, just a good kind of mixed wall that has that built-in recovery and can even become scary on the offensive side of things if it starts to set up. So having one for the physical side of things would be ideal. Having one for the special side of things, just kind of dedicated that would be doubly ideal. Maybe getting an unaware Pokemon. Like I know you had Clefairy. So I don't know if you brought that Magic Guard most weeks. Clefairy gets unaware, right? It doesn't get Prankster like some people might think. I won't point any fingers.
I don't know why I always think it gets Prankster, but it doesn't. PSA. It doesn't.
Yeah. But if it gets unaware, like unaware Pokemon, like an Eviolite unaware Clefairy, isn't going to give a rip about any sort of setup. But that's if it gets unaware, and I don't feel like fact checking myself on that.
I don't know if it does. I know it gets Magic.
But yeah, so there are ways to get around setup, and that's one of them. And so I think just back at the draft board portion of things, you're using one of your transactions to get an unaware monitor or a physical wall that can deal with setup. I think would be a good way to help deal with that, because I do know you messaged me once. You said that you just don't know how to deal with setup, so that would be the best way to handle that.
Taunt's good
Outside
too.
of that, what'd you say?
Taunt is good too. Can you hear me? You hear me?
I didn't hear what. Yeah, I can hear you a bit better now. I just didn't hear what you said right there.
Taunt is good.
Oh yeah, taunt is amazing.
Yes.
Taunt is amazing to deal with setup. One Calm Mind isn't too scary on some Pokemon. Like if it's a Mega Alakazam clicking Calm Mind, yeah, that's obviously something to be scared of. Or Mega Gardevoir, but those are those are 2 Pokemon out of the many that can click Calm Mind. They normally need about 2 to become really threatening. Like Cresselia that clicks Calm Mind once, you're like, okay, it's a lot harder to deal with on the special defense side of things. Let me just taunt this thing or Toxic it, and it's problem solved. So, taunt, unaware, just really, really high defenses with built-in recovery. I know it seems like it's asking a lot, but there's a lot of different Pokemon that can fill like 1 or 2 of those roles individually. Like Quagsire, that's an excellent all-round wall. Just because it's unaware and it gets its own recovery. So, just things to think about going forward. Who is next?
Popeye would be next. So
Popeye, go for it.
This is a team I had a lot of hopes for, honestly. I believe that you were in my playoff predictions, and I know I'm not out of it yet. I know you can still make a 4-4 season work, but we got to see it happen. You just picked up a good win against Joker, which is good. Pacific Panjams have kind of struggled pretty much this whole time. Against opponents I thought you were going to beat, too. I really thought you were going to beat those opponents, too. I think that a majority of the problems is you started like finding these holes in your team that you didn't necessarily appreciate. You made a drop for Mega Pidgeot, excuse me, for Mega Altaria. It
There you
seems
go.
that you are having a bit of a problem with your defensive core in general. Seems like teams are finding ways to beat that, and it's kind of causing you to be on the back foot and playing behind in a lot of weeks. I know you've had a couple of long games too, and I really thought like having Alamola and Wish Passing would help the longevity of your team. But it's whatever. On top of that, just a couple of general picks I didn't agree with, like Wish Cash, and I didn't really see the
Yo,
merit.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Do not fucking talk shit on King Derp. I will kick your ass.
And I didn't see really the point in Armaldo. Um, so, oh,
Almaldo's a good rapid spin mon.
I don't like it here. I don't like it here.
This is where you and I have differences on how we draft, and that's okay.
No, I don't like it here. I've used Armaldo before. I use
I'm a
it.
fan of it.
I used a Trick Room Armaldo in DZL season 5 for one of my big W's against one of the bigger opponents. I got 3 kills. It was a sword stance under Trick Room. Really liked it.
See? It's
I
fucking
actually used
clean,
it
man.
against Low Main. Remember him? Yeah, I used it against him, and it
Yeah.
got me 3 kills. So I'm not saying Armaldo is bad. I'm saying it doesn't work here on a team with like Garchomp and Rizion and Jirachi. I don't know. It's just me
I
though.
think it helps I thought it helped out with the hazard removal since it was non-existent.
Altaria is a really good defogger, and so is Rotom.
Yeah. You have 2 defoggers
I have 2 defoggers.
and a rapid spinner.
I have 2 defoggers.
Yeah,
But
you
that
also have a magic bouncer though.
I don't really put emphasis on hazard removal as much anymore as I used to
Yeah, no.
in general. So that's my reasoning. But bye bye. You are you can still make it. You're not really out of it. But what I'm gonna say, and this is really gonna go for basically here on up, is you guys still have a legitimate chance, and every single win is going to count. Every single win. You cannot drop games, and it is also important that you win by like +4 or better. 1-0, 2-0 wins at this stage of the game with some of your guys' differential and the way your record's looking. 1-0, 2-0 games are not going to cut it. You need to be winning games with extraordinary differentials because there's going to be a really solid chance that you're going to be tied with another coach and you're going to miss out because of those differentials. So, Popeye, when you're prepping for your next games, you don't need to just prep to win. You need to prep to get out of it with as many Pokemon alive as you possibly can. I know that's generally the idea, but some of us like to draft around that one wall breaker, that one sweeper, and they don't mind sacking off Pokemon to get that Mon in for the win. You cannot have that mindset in your games. You need every single Pokemon you can possibly keep alive. And that's going to go for
2-0 is not bad.
Popeye.
A 2-0 is not bad. It'll if you win
I think a
2-0.
2-0 is not good at this stage, especially with a
I,
-5, the 2 and 4.
I know.
He's only got 2 more
If he
games
wins
to
a
play.
2-0 and then he gets a 3-0, then he's at a 0 differential.
That's not good
I
when it
know it's
comes
not
to
good, but if
other
he
teams who
wins
are
out,
+4, +6, +7.
yeah, but if he wins out, he'll be 4-4 with a 0 differential. And so that'll be like I think that'll give him a really good shot at being that 6th seed.
I really think he's going to need like those 4 wins, 5 wins, 6-0 wins as best as he possibly can.
I mean, yeah, I'm just saying bare minimum. He needs to get a 2-0 and a 3-0.
Maybe 1-2-0, maybe if you still want to be in it, maybe. But even then, I still think I'd prefer. Obviously, I
Well, yeah,
prefer, but
everyone would prefer to 6-0 every single week, but that's a pipe dream.
it's really kind of looking like you're going to need a bit more than 2-0.
I said a 2-0
Yay,
and a
when does
3-0.
I said and I'm saying yeah, all any 2-0 would kind of be detrimental. I would be upset about that if I was in your position if I got a 2-0 win. I mean, that's where we disagree. But we'll see how their numbers stack up. Next up is actually Killer Tomato. So what we
Yeah,
got for
what's
him?
up, Killer Tomato? How you doing? Killer Tomato, I don't think I've seen too many of your games, so and I do apologize for that. I try to watch a lot of the replays here real quick, but um, who did you beat? Let me look and see who you beat.
Skyrift. Skyrift.
Skyrift. Ooh, 5-0'd him too. Ooh. All right. Well, first half of the season. What? Let's see. You got okay. Let's see.
One
2-0
big win.
loss, 3-0 loss, and then a big loss, and then a big win. Okay. Based on, well, again, you played well against me. I do know that. You did play well against me. Kept kept me thinking, which was good. I think that's about the only fight that appears that I've seen. I do apologize for that. Something that I think you've, and we'll get into this a bit more later, though. I do think you've underutilized your Mega Banet, and I mean, having a Mega spot there. And while yeah, I know Mega Banet's a tier booty cheeks, Mega, and it got you some points to kind of play with. But the mons that you've gotten with that, like let's take Slazzle, you haven't really utilized too much as well. Chestnut, that's another story. We'll get into Chestnut later as well. But um, yeah, I think just utilizing your members effectively, like and like drafting things that you think that you can actually bring on a more consistent basis is my best advice for you. Um, but your last game, I don't I mean I can't complain about a 5-0 5-0 shellacking. Um, I don't think, and again, I didn't watch your fight against Lily, and I do apologize for that. I'll have to check that out. Maybe I'll give you some more sound advice later. We can look at that at one of the replays at the end of the year. But I guess keep doing what you've been doing the last week. So week 5, if you do what you did to Skyrift, to the Gengars, to Lokadai, you'll be in good shape. Um, bringing in the Chestnut and kind of just setting up that sub, catching him off guard, that was good preps. And I think your prep's always been solid. It's just kind of execution and work on maybe getting something. Because this looks like a sand team type of team. And I don't know what your experience is with draft, but if you're newer to it, I would again like a trick room team or a sand or water, rain or like a hail team. I would steer clear of those. I think maybe drafting something, or I mean, obviously draft whatever you're comfortable with, but staying away from theme type teams as we told Siren. I think that might be the best way to go going forward in next season. With this season, um, if you let's see, what is your differential? -5 as well. So yeah, you're going to be fighting for Popeye on a playoff spot, potentially getting in. He's got one game ahead of you, so your differential can go up and down. This is a very important fight for you. If you win, obviously your differential will go up, and you'll have an edge on Popeye going forward. If you lose, you're going to be down. So there's not going to be any. Well, there might be. No, there won't be any 0-0 win. There's not going to be a 0-0 win or loss either way here. So I would capitalize on this opportunity here and make sure you're prepped for Lokadai. Speaking of,
Yep, he's up next. On the exact opposite note, Lokadai, you need to win this game, man. You really need this W to keep yourself in the 3-2 club with the people above you. You need to 5-0 them to tie with those differentials too. So this win is very important for you. Yeah, this I would bring your A game to Killer Tomatoes fight this week. You could really use this win. Aside from that, you've played your 2-2. The two teams you have beat are the Dutch Drapions. I'm gonna go ahead and double check my math. The Dutch Drapions and the Gangars. I'm sorry that I just looked at this. I swear I'm the most professional guy in the absolute world.
Panchams.
The Pacific Panchams. Two teams you've lost to, the Seattle Seadras and my Missouri Raikou. What this tells me is you're losing to people in the playoff race and you're beating people who aren't. That's scary. It means that your teams are not competing with the teams that you're going to be competing with for the end game. Because you do have some threats. I was definitely worried in my game versus you, especially considering I realized I kind of have weakness flying.
And
But
fighting.
just in general, you've had a little bit of both competition. You've had kind of the lower end of the spectrum and this year's season. I said year, this season standings, and you've had some matchups with some of the people that are probably looking handily into playoffs. And you didn't beat the good ones, and you lost to the people who are kind of struggling this season. So, and I tried to word that my best so I didn't sound like a dick or anything, but like seriously, gonna need to step it up. 2-2 is scary.
How close was his game against? Were his losses though? Like how close were those?
His losses, I didn't actually think to look at that, are 4-0 from me, and
Okay.
Midgar Gengars, he got 3-0'd by the Cedrus. He got 4-0 to
Okay.
3-0'd. And I think he handily beat the Dutch Drapions 4-0. And the Midgar Gengars were 2-0 on the Pacific Pan Champs.
2-0 then. Yeah, that math would check out then.
Yeah. So, and again, not to be harsh, you do have this like team that has a lot of offense. I can hear that. That was very loud, whatever you just did.
Ignore it.
You have a team with a lot of offense for sure. I think that it's got. I don't think the core of. Let me pull this up. Sorry. I don't think the core of Milotic and Hippowdon is really working out for you. Not only are they both weak to the same typing, but it seems like it is quite literally the bulk of your team. How long has he had Skunk Tank? All season?
I'm not sure.
That might have been a recent one. I don't remember prepping against. Yeah, I prepped against a. No, Meloetta's still there. I don't remember prepping against Skunk Tank. Interesting. But yeah, excuse me. And Zeraora, Aerodactyl, Tornadus T. You brought Tornadus T and Arrow versus me, and I was scared of both of them. You are making it work. Zeraora is definitely another mod that you're making work. But honestly, I just think that it's this defensive core that's weighing down your team. And I really, really think this is the time to find ways to compete with us in those teams as best as you possibly can. I know the trade deadline is up. I don't really see anything just that's screaming at me that you should trade. But I wish you the best of luck for the season. I really think you need to rely on some of that offense, and you got to find ways to make that kind of defensive core grass weakness a little better. There is Umbreon there. I did miss Umbreon. And Meloetta is pretty naturally bulky, but I'm kind of talking a bit just about walls in general. I feel like your walls are kind of letting you down. Milotic is really good for you, but I don't think Hippo is the best pairing, is really what I'm ultimately trying to say. I know I'm kind of all over the place with my analysis on this one. I had a concise message I want to say while I was silent. Win was giving his thing, but I kind of just blew it because I came in all excited. But yeah, look at I. Gotta beat Killer's Mado. Gotta find ways to win out your games. You might be able to drop one more game before it really starts getting scary. And then after that, you're going to need to start winning throughout. So I know you can do it. I know you can do it. I really do. And if you need any help, we are a bunch of cool people. We can help you mock and stuff. 100%. You got this. But just want to let you know the severity of your situation. And I'm good.
What's up, Lily? How you doing?
Now you get to talk about your best friend.
Yeah. So you've been playing quite well. I don't have too many complaints on your games.
They had a tough loss and a tough versus Aerothorn recently. They had a 5-0 loss versus Aerothorn recently, and then the week 1 game
and that
with me
was
was really good. Even though
yeah.
it
It's
was
one of those
0 and
things where
5.
that 5-0 loss to in your week 1 is not very telling of how well you played in the beginning of that fight.
Yeah, first 10 turns.
You kicked his ass the first 10 turns. And you just let him slowly get back into it. In your last fight, you just kind of let Darmanitan have his way with you a bit there, and sometimes you just can't avoid that. But with your team how it was, I don't think you had a good matchup against
especially considering your
Arathorn's
Darm
team.
matchup, your
Yeah,
Darmanitan matchup. I was just
but
about to say that.
Darmanitan Darmanitan ran a train on this team and did just that and had a
Yeah.
presence this game. But you played very well. When you win, you win, and it's fucking not pretty for the other team. You've got a 5-0 win, you've got a 5-0 win, you've got a 4-0 win. It's just your two losses. You lost big, you lost to a good player, but gave him the business first 10 turns, and then you just lost to a Darmanitan, which just kind of ruins your team. Continue doing what you're doing. You're good in prep. And, I've helped your team build a couple times. You've got good ideas with those. You bring good sets. You make smart decisions in game. So I don't really have a whole lot of advice for you. Just keep doing what you're doing, and you'll make playoffs, and you might get another crack at one of your losses. Looking at the way things are panning out, which would be great for you. You can get a little bit of revenge. So it's about the best advice I can give you is just keep up the good work, I guess. Not much else to say.
Hi, Arathorn. This is kind of my little promised child here. I said beginning of the
Arathorn, kick his
season.
ass in playoffs, please.
I said Arathorn was gonna be in the postseason week 0, and it's looking even more and more like that's a reality. Your losses were versus myself and versus your week 1 game. Yes, which is against Devin here.
I was gonna say, was that me? I'm pretty
So
sure you've only lost to the.
you've only lost us, bud. You have beat everybody else, but you have only lost to those top 2 teams. That is not something
Solid.
I'd be ashamed of. That is not something I'd be ashamed of. You've taken down some doozy of opponents too, like Lily with your Darmanitan week. You have taken down the Pacific Panchams, which is pretty good. And then the Hartford Herdiers was a nope, that is not him. Oops. Where is the champion Charizard for this other week? No, that's one I'm looking
Champion
at. I only
Charizard
won OG2
is
and you
his
had me
team.
beat. I only won OG2 and you had me beat, so that was really good. And then Sky, whenever he was playing, one of the coaches we actually thought had the 3rd best team in the league, you beat that team. So I want to say that you've had some pretty tough matchups and you have overcome most of them. You really overcame me too. It's just you were a play away. That's something to hold on to, something to keep your head high about. You are where you belong in the top echelon of this league. You are doing very well. And
You
I was
went from
shocked.
literally having the worst possible start and getting 6-0 to then winning essentially every single fight, barring one play.
I'm shocked to hear this is your first league too. Shocked to hear that. I think you said that before for a second. You're doing very, very
Yeah.
well for the start of it. Very, very well for the start of it. Now, I'm going to give you the same advice I gave Lokadai. Can't drop games. You cannot drop games. You're in the same boat as Lokadai, Lily, all y'all. Y'all cannot drop games. If you drop one, I'm worried. Okay, any of you. Like it is a big deal. This is do or die time. And your remaining matchups, and we haven't really talked about this before, but I kind of like say it. Remaining matchups for like Lokadai and the Midgar Gengars, you got to play the Bewares, which I just proved out to be a pretty good coach this last season. I'll go from Lokadai and up because that's the one that I was talking about. Just real quick, Midgar Gengars are playing the Southeastern Aegislashes, so there you go. And then the Midgar Gengars are playing the Kamikaze Carbinks. So that is, not the easiest schedule to finish out the season.
That's a tough schedule to finish
That is a
out.
tough schedule to finish out the season. So you got to be on your toes. You got to make sure that you're getting your wins here because you need to beat either. I mean I think you need to win week 7, and I think you need to beat either the Milwaukee Bewares or you need to beat the is it the Kamikaze Carbinks? I just say that yes, the Kamikaze Carbinks. I think you need to beat one of those two, and I think you need to beat your week 7 against Siren. And for Lily, I just said that you got to play Lokadai for the last week, which again, no ETB.
And then he plays me. He plays me week 7.
Yep, you play the Southeastern Aegislashes, and you got to play 8 wins. So that is not a very easy schedule to finish off the season either. Um, by
Kick my
looking
ass, Lily. Kick my ass.
by looking at it though, the champion Charizards here got the Cold War Cryogonals next. The champion Charizards have the Dutch Drapions. The champion Charizards have the Hartford Herdier. So, I mean, and again, not to be too terribly mean, but I think the champion Charizards have it a bit easier than the other teams. So, even now, so Aerothorn, I mean, you're kind of in a better position than the other two. So, be on your toes for that.
Yeah.
Try not to drop these games, and really try to be on your A game versus some of these teams. And I really think you can do it. A little spoiler alert: you're still in my playoff prediction. You're still who I predict to make it playoffs. So good luck. Good luck for sure. That was a bit of a short one, but I still feel it was informative. Actually, you know what? No, I'll
Yeah.
give you a bit more. I'll give you a bit more. I really, really like your offense this season. God, I keep saying year because I'm on like a mind of football. We're gonna talk about a mon that I don't think you've been using very well here soon, but everything else is solid. You got some big hitters like Gardevoir, Landers Therian. I haven't seen a lot of Suicune. Have you seen a lot of Suicune from him? I could be totally wrong in saying
Yes.
that. Okay, a lot of Suicune. I'm just totally wrong then. Suicune Ferrothorn, really solid defensive core. I was worried about it playing you. I should be. It's very bulky and annoying. Persian's helping out. Doublade's getting in the mix. Even the two steel types. I was ragging on you for that earlier, but now it's actually working out for you. Look at you. Look at you go. You got a lot of potential. Your offense is very, very hard to beat, and your defense is something not to be messed with. I would worry about taunt spam in the later games, and I would worry about super strong wall breakers in the later of these games, because those teams can mess you. Those kind of things can mess you up. You want to take Dravos now?
What's up, Dravos? How you doing? 4-1. Can't really complain too much about that. +6 differential. You're winning. Having solid wins there. Only the big thing that's hurting your differential is that 4-0 loss to Lily.
Yeah.
But having consistent wins, which is good. A couple close games. With that 1-0 victory over
Siren.
Siren's team. So, but can't really complain too much about what you're doing. You're handling your business. You've got you're utilizing your Pokemon, playing them to their strengths for the most part. Clefable's kicking a lot of ass. We'll get to that later. Again, can't really complain too much about what you've been doing. Just stay consistent. I know you have a lot of people. You have a couple people that help the team build, which is good. Keep whatever they're doing seems to be working. So I don't have a whole lot to say on this team because, barring a 4-0 from Lily, you're killing it.
They have
I
an
got
end.
nothing else for you, man.
They have an ending schedule with the Hartford Herdiers, the Pacific
Okay,
Panchams,
yeah.
and the
Pancham's gonna
Kansas
be
City
looking for blood. I
Keldios.
would.
And the Kansas City Keldios.
Oh, you played me last week. Okay. You should
So
kick my ass too.
yeah, you got you
You should
gotta
definitely kick my
you
ass.
got you gotta get to ass kicking for sure.
Yeah. As long as
Um,
you win, I think as long as you win one of those, you're good.
you can drop two
Honestly,
games.
I
Yeah,
think you only need.
you can drop two
You can
games.
easily drop 2 games, just because you've got a +6 differential here, which is solid. But dropping 2 games, that'll put you at 4-3. Well, sorry, I guess 5-3. If you win one, drop 2, put you at 5-3. That's a playoff spot. Definitely a playoff spot for sure. That's all you need.
And
So
Cold War Cryogonals if you're good to go.
yeah, absolutely.
Yep. So fuck yourself for drafting Stall. No, I'm kidding. Cold War Cryogonals are having the bulkiest season out there. That 4-1, that nice 4-1. I was looking at your ending schedule. You got to play the Champion Charizards. You have to play the Milwaukee Bewares, and then Core Cryogonals. Totally, I got to play me. Oh shit, I got to play me. Um, I would not say that's the easiest
Kick his
schedule in the
ass.
world. I would not say it's the easiest schedule in the world, but you are in a very similar position to Dravos, where you can drop one of these games for sure. I wouldn't recommend dropping any of them, but I definitely would try to stay out of the 2 range. Dropping 2 would be kind of rough. to kind of end the season because it's starting to put you at more of that 5-3 range, which I would start to get worried about. 6-2 is a really safe finish here. 5-3, I don't know.
I
That might
mean,
not be the most
five
ideal.
and three is fine. 5-3 is fine. That'll make playoffs.
Well, what do you think the cutoff's going to be? 4-4, 3-5.
I think I think if you're above 4-4, you're good.
All right, fair enough. Fair enough. Definitely wouldn't drop all three. You could drop a couple. You could drop 1 or 2 games for sure. I think he's right.
I could drop
Um,
all three and be okay. And I mean, I very well could drop all three. I have to play you, then I have to play Lily, and then I have to play fucking Monotone.
yeah, there you go.
I have a rough last 3 weeks.
Um, but monotone for real. It's been your defensive prowess that has kept you in this as high up on this list as you are. With some super good offense to fall back on, like Thunderous and Fernape is a top 5 kill leader at the moment. You drafted me in Flygon. I am a Flygon, and you have made me look pretty good, so I thank you for that. We always make fun of me for being Flygon because I'm like that one kid in the room that isn't smoking like a Flygon, and my hairline kind of looks like Flygon's. Um,
He's also a virgin like Flygon.
I am also a virgin like Flygon, not at my girlfriend's house or anything. Uh, so just keep up the good work, man. You have a lot of prowess here. Just so much offense and so much defense packed into one. You're doing good. You really are. Tough schedule to end though, so be on your toes. All right, so you want to run through the studs and duds, and then we'll finish off with the playoff picture.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. Well, you want to? I
So
mean,
studs and duds. I have the list. Studs and
yeah,
duds.
we could get the obvious ones out of the way first. I know that Lily's like the top three on the kill leaders are all dragons. Get yourself a good dragon. Kind of the motto here
Yeah.
in this league. Get yourself a good dragon because they kick ass.
Yes, they do. At Joker, we have your stud to be Mega Scizor, which I find to be quite fair.
Got you, yeah. 3 kills, 4 deaths in 4 weeks.
Thought it
That's
was 4
solid.
kills and 5 deaths. I thought we said. You said 3 kills and 4 deaths. I thought it was 4 and 5.
3 kills, 4 deaths.
3 kills, 4 deaths. Okay, with
It's
4
three and
games
four.
played.
Yep. 4 games played. That's a
Uh,
solid performance for a Mega Scizor. It can be, it can be very offensive, and you can also make it very defensive as well, which is, so if you click in that Swords Dance, you're guaranteed to get a kill in some form or fashion there. So solid performance with the Mega Scizor. Obviously, improve upon that. Maybe bring Roost every now and then to help it get survivability. But I mean, I can't complain about 3 and 4 with a Mega Scizor like that.
yeah. You want to talk about the dud?
Who is his dad again?
Mamoswine. I'm gonna send you the list.
Mamoswine. Mamoswine is
1 and 4.
normally it's 1-4, but normally that should be reversed.
Yep.
Oh, Mamoswine's a monster. Choice band,
I sent you
life
the list.
orbed. I got it. Thank you. Choice banded, life orbed, choice scarfed. It's gonna hurt something when it comes in. It's gonna absolutely hurt something, and it hasn't been doing that. It is an offensive mon. It is meant to. It's a wall breaker. You throw it out there. You scare out whatever's out there. You get big damage on whatever's coming in. And late game, it can sweep with Banded Ice Shard or like a Choice Scarf Earthquake spam or Choice Scarf Icicle crashes. And it just hasn't been happening. It's kind of a similar stat line to Swampert with like twice the offensive prowess of Swampert. So something to maybe consider next season is if you do draft a mon, not necessarily Mamoswine, but similar to Mamoswine, like big wall breaker mon, or late game sweeper type thing. Whenever it's scarfed like that, like look at Darmanitan. Darmanitan's a good example to kind of compare it to. Darmanitan's doing very well, whereas Mamoswine, which is a very similar in the same vein, not doing its job.
Yes. That was a very, very good point there. So Siren, yeah, you'd be up next. Do you want to do you want to do this like this where I talk about the studs and you talk about the duds, or you want to switch it up? How do you want
Sure.
to do this?
No,
All
we can
right,
definitely do that.
I'll go
That'll work.
Studleys. I'll go Studleys. Celesteela, we find to be your stud, 4 and 5. For if we had to pick somebody out, we'd say be Age Slash. You are the Age Slashes. Celesteela would be your stud. Celesteela, we think, is your best performer because it is serving as your defensive mon. It is the defensive mon, most defensive mon on your team, as well as the most offensive because it has 4 kills. That's astounding. It's very, very good. That's a good way to use Celesteela, is to make it get kills and take hits. It's amazing. It should never be your kill leader. It really shouldn't, but here we
You
are.
got 2 of them against me.
Here we are. And Celesteela has
You
put
have
in
2 of
some
those kills
work.
against me, which is nice.
So Celesteela, we think, is your stud. On the other hand, your dud is...
Gardevoir. What
There
the
we go.
hell, man?
0 and 2.
Gardevoir is 0 and 2. You bring it and it just dies. I don't know if you've brought it scarfed. I don't know how you've brought it, because every time I've seen it, it's just kind of come out and died. It's sad. Like, that thing, it packs a mean punch. You got sub-calm mindsets. You can run with it. I know it's not Mega Gardevoir, all right? You can't compare it to that. But again, it hurts. And if it's Scarf, then it's a good answer it's a good revenge killer on like a fighting type. It's a good, or dragon even. It can kind of scare out a lot of things. If
Calm Mind.
calm mindsets are, I mentioned the calm minds, a sub calm mindset,
Oh, sorry.
very, very, very threatening. You can even get through. I know Hyper Voice isn't pixelate boosted, but you can also deal with, mons that are also behind a sub as well. You're not going to be doing as much damage. Sure, I get it, but hey, that's you're not. At least you're damaging the actual mon and not the sub itself. So you have a lot of utility there with that, and I've just not seen you use it very well. Something that I would like to see improved upon maybe is having, again, it's not really I wouldn't say it's a wall breaker. I don't know what it's, but it's
like
a good
an end game cleaner. It's like an end game
game cleaner. Yeah, it's just kind of a late game scarf sweeper. It puts a lot of pressure on your opponent as well to whenever you bring it out against certain things for a potential revenge kill. So, but yeah, you haven't been using it like that, and you haven't really been using it at all, because I don't know what happened the first time, but no, against me, you used it as a switch-in for a fire punch that it actually took. So had you just let me kill whatever was out in front of the Como at the time, and then brought in the Gardevoir, and just clicked Moonblast, you'd have been all right.
And Como wouldn't
You'd
have
have killed
gotten
that
as many
Como,
kills as it
and
did.
you wouldn't have gotten as many kills as it did. Instead of getting 5, it would have only gotten 1, I think.
Which I'm triggered about because Zygar's not in the lead.
Yeah. That really grinds his gears, and that makes me happy. But
yes, it does.
But yeah,
yes,
so I think utilizing Gardevoir better in the future would be the way to go. If you use it again, which is a good mon, and I think using it's a fantastic choice.
All right, Fuzzy, your dud is my love child. Well, you and Skyrift's dud. Your stud is my love child, the thing that I've been in love with. I'm kidding. Embor, love Embor. It's 4 and 5. Skyrift and you have used it handsomely, very well. It's been brought to every game. Snagged 4 kills, almost a kill a game. It's pretty good. It's super wall breaky offensive, late game kind of mon. I like it, and I like it a lot. I've always really just really liked Embor in draft. I find it that the matchups that you do get out of it, that it does put in work. Your opponent doesn't have answers for it, which is super good for how low it was picked in the draft. On the other hand, your dud is your number 1 pick, or Skyrift's number 1 pick.
Yeah, Dragapult. This is a knock against not you, but Skyrift mainly.
Because if our accounts are correct, the 1 kill Dragapult has is when you used it to Draco
Yeah, I'm pretty
my
sure.
little Miltank.
Yes. Also, to kind of give you an idea of when we're recording this, Lily just started their fight.
Oh, cool.
Against ooh. Do you want to narrate over this fight?
I don't think I can, because I have such bad Showdown recording, unfortunately. I think we just got to keep talking through, and then we'll talk about the results after. Sad.
Okay,
I'm gonna have it pulled up while you're talking.
I'm definitely gonna have it pulled up as well.
But this is such a good fight.
Yeah,
But
this will be
anyway,
great.
keep it
This is
going.
actually a very important fight for me too.
Keep it going. Studs and duds. Keep it
But
going.
so Dragapult. Sorry, this is gonna be a long video. This is a clusterfuck. I love it. Good job leading Hitmontop, by the way, on that Mega B drill. Siren. Right choice. I'm proud of you. Okay. So Dragapult is a scary Pokemon. It is so fast that you can actually run it modest or adamant and not have to worry. You can run it specs or band and not have to worry, just as long as you crank up your speed investment, because it is so fucking fast. So just, having that at your disposal and not using that, I feel is a mistake. That's my piece on Dragon Ball. I'm actually using it in another league, and I think it's netted me like 6 kills in 4 games. It's a terrific offensive mon.
Yeah, it just needs to be it needs to be being utilized just a little better.
Yeah.
And by that I mean a lot better. So I
Carry
think
on.
that would make next up to be Popeye. Your obvious stud is Jirachi. Your
Yeah,
obvious stud
that
is
was
Jirachi. 6 and 4.
easiest stud pick.
Yeah, it's very good, huh? You're loving that Jirachi. I would continue to use mods. It seems to be suit to your playstyle. I would continue to use these base
Fuck
100 pixies in earlier in later weeks. I would use these base 100 pixies for sure. These later weeks, you use that thing to hacks the hell out of you win in your game versus him.
He hasn't used it again. He didn't use it against me. This wasn't him.
Oh,
that was TP. Remember?
well, I was
If you
saying
want to
here
understand my hatred, if you want to understand my hatred for Jirachi, just watch our power ranking video. I explained it there.
when we were talking about your team, you went on a rant.
I went on a tangent for sure.
All right, and so 6 and 4, obvious Jirachi. The stud though is
The dud, he means, because he's retarded,
yeah.
is a Mimikyu.
You
0
need
and
to bring
2, so you
Thundurus.
brought it
Interesting.
twice, and it hasn't done anything. And I don't know how it hasn't done anything. It's a fucking Mimikyu. You have a built-in sub. It's a free swords dance. Like every time, it's a free swords dance if you want it to be, and if you bring it in, that's a free sub and free damage if you bring it in against something that it's going to scare out. So that's free swords dance plus like a free play rough or shadow sneak or shadow claw. Take your pick. It doesn't matter. That's probably the set you probably brought every week, maybe with a life orb. I'm assuming. Like, how does that thing have 0 kills? Like, if it had 1 or 2, like, okay, yeah, maybe bad matchup, but 0 kills? Come on, Popeye. It's a Mimikyu. He's a champion. It's a monster. That's just I like Mimikyu. I like using Mimikyu because it's a very aggressive Pokemon in a draft format, and I like offense. So, I think you've just kind of squandered a Pokemon that has a built-in substitute, and somehow it doesn't have any kills. Like 2 play roughs isn't fun to deal with. And a play like +2 play rough into a Shadow Snake is probably killing a lot of things as well. So
Yeah, to not net you a kill all season is kind of embarrassing.
a
I'm
little
sorry.
bit, a little bit.
We're brutally honest in these videos. Tomato, your stud is Chestnut. End of story. Got 5 kills in a game.
In one game, and you now have the same amount of kills as Mega Pinsir. It's
It
amazing.
took an 0-3 team that did not have a lot of success in its games to a 1-3 team and a Mon with a 5-0 differential in the season. You instantly got somebody in the top 10 with 1 game. That's Chestnut. That be Chestnut. We actually tried to look for other contenders. We couldn't find them. Chestnut's your man or woman, depending on if you use the gender thing or not in Pokemon.
That's a man. He's got a massive penis. He dropped 5 kills in 1 game. That
And
man has a fat penis.
And your dud is
Your dud, my dude, is your Mega. You've brought it 1 game, and it's not done anything. I know I mentioned this earlier, but you have a Mega Banette on your team with base 165 attack. and Prankster Thunderwave, so that way you can actually have some speed control with that thing and actually get some damage off. How do you not have any kills with it? How has it only come once? Even for the purpose of just prankster things and utility like that, you're not using it for. It's baffling to me. Like I get knockoff spam can be a thing, and dark types can be a problem. That he's got a dark type, so he can just I can't click Thunderwave on that. Well, no, you can't click Thunderwave on that. But the other 5 Pokemon on his team that aren't the dark type, you can click Thunderwave on, or you can click Will-O-Wisp on. So I feel like you've just kind of wasted your Mega. Yeah, it got you 80 points. And with that, I think you got Salazzle. Salazzle you have not utilized very well either. Was another consideration for a dud. But ultimately, you have not used your Mega very well at all. And that's because you haven't used it. It showed up for one fight and it didn't do anything. I don't even think it died. It just never hit the field, really. But that's my piece on that.
Look at I's turn. Look at I. Your stud is Milotic. Definitely Milotic. It is very solid. It's leading your differential barrier on your team. You only brought it to 2 games. My only complaint is bring it more. It's like an every week kind of bring. It's really, really good. And you've really done well with it this season for sure. Milotic is and no doubt, it's 3-1. It's been brought to 2 games, like I said. And I just said that and forgot immediately because I'm really
Deja
stupid,
vu.
guys. Because I'm really stupid, guys.
He's
But
really retarded.
But good job with Milotic. Keep up the good work. Like I said, man, it just seems to be your only defensive mon that's firing on all cylinders this season for sure. So you got to find a way to cope with that defense, and I think your building block is definitely Milotic. And your dud
I agree.
is...
Hey, it's another Mega. That's a dud. Mega Arrow. What the hell? How is this thing underperforming like this? It's got 2 kills in 3 games. With a mon that is faster than anything. I think it's the fastest mon in this league. Right?
He's 150, barring no Scarfers, yeah.
Yeah, so fastest mon in the league.
Barring Scarfers.
You have a wicked good attack stat and access to Hone Claws, which is great if you wanted to set up with it as well.
Okay, did you
You've
just
only
see
brought
that?
it. Yeah, I did.
Oof. Sorry,
It's
keep
a big
going.
oof.
Sorry,
Yeah, I
keep
know.
going. Sorry, keep going. Let's just say Lily's real lucky.
It's always, yeah, it's always rough. It is always rough when that happens. I just dropped a damn in the chat.
Poor Siren.
Now you know the exact moment, 10 o'clock on the 25th of February.
EST.
This is in the middle of recording. EST. But no, so Mega Arrow, you got to use that thing better. That thing is an offensive monster, and it's just not doing anything. 2 kills in 3 games. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. Next.
We about made your stud Melmetal Lily, but it is way too hard to ignore the 8-2 Hydreigon.
Yeah.
I kind of had this thing going too. We'll talk about that in a minute. I kind of had.
To be fair, my metal did just murk that Lopunny.
All right,
Granted.
come on. All right, come on.
Granted, it did have some help. It could have been Choppleberry. It could have been Choppleberry. I don't know if we knew its item yet.
Yeah, so we think it's Hydra. Hydra's just performed so well for you all season. It's just something you're always topping the charts with. It's one of the top 3 dragons. So just keep up the good work with Hydreigon. Keep up the good work with Melmetal. Just keep getting kills. But your dud, unfortunately, is...
Melmetal's got 5 kills as we are recording this, though.
Shut the hell up. And the dud is...
It does. It really does.
And the dud is...
Yeah, so your dud is Moltres. Good old 0-2 Moltres. It's a tier 3 mon. Some decent offensive stats. and it's just kind of come and died. I know you've brought it as a defogger, and but you've not really done anything. All right, Siren. Let's see how the God of War does. But yeah, it's just one of those things where I think you've uh, you've you've not used the Moltres to its fullest potential. Um, 0 kills with that thing. You have a lot of pressure with Fire Blast and Hurricane. Yeah, I know those are prone to miss, but you still have a lot of pressure with those that you can be abusing. So I think that would be your dud.
Next up is Aerothorn. Your Studley is
Lily's about to claim another Pokemon, by the way.
Your Studley is Darmanitan.
For
Darmanitan
sure.
has done so well and has scared the entire league with its amazing offensive prowess. So
We should have done this one reversed, by the way. But that's okay.
all right. Darm is just. We really should have gone over the studs and duds as we were talking after we talked about the midseason breakdown. So we should have done it like that. But you know, whatever. Keeps people in suspense of what their studs and duds are. Bringing Aerothorn though, your offense has been really firing on all cylinders. It's been the best part of your team for sure, and Darmanitan is just kind of the captain of that. So keep up the good work. Keep finding ways to go on break with Darmanitan and Gardevoir. Gardevoir was up there too, but we decided to give the edge to Darmanitan. Gardevoir does have more kills, but Darmanitan is a lower tier, and Gardevoir we find to be just a bit easier to use in general, and you should have a bit more success with Gardevoir as it is your mega pick. And Darmanitan is pulling that weight as a tier 3. So
Darmanitan's, yeah, that Scarf Darmanitan is just something that you can really win games with because it's just such a threat. I
okay,
mean, I'm not saying that
Cumnut
Mega Gardevoir
Senior.
isn't, but it's
Cumnut Senior's about to pass Hydra.
yeah, maybe. Already got 1 kill, 2 kills. No, yeah, I did get a second kill, didn't it? No, that was the Hitmontop died to Rocky Helmet
Oh, so I
damage.
didn't count. I didn't count as
So
a skill.
it's 5-0. Coming Senior has the same amount of kills as Mega Pinsir. Mega Pinsir I need to bring so it can separate itself again. Your dud, Aerothorn, is my homeboy's mascot here, Raikou. You've brought it twice. You've once, right?
Yeah, I think it was. I thought I
I'm
wrote it
not
down.
looking.
It's got 2 deaths.
You
So
did. You brought it twice,
yeah.
and it doesn't have any kills, and it's a really good electric type. And you're not using it. It's got so many different sets. You could run it Specs, you could run it Scarf Modest, you could run it Assault Vest, you could run Calm Mind sets with it. You could do so many different things with it, and it's just none of it's. Wow, that's a dead Gardevoir. The second I saw you click Psychic, I'm like, that's a dead Gardevoir right there. See, this is what we're talking about. You got to use your Gardevoir better. You can't just sack it to the lord that is
Cumnut
Melmetal.
Senior. Oh, that's funny.
I'm just saying.
Oh, all right. Well,
But
you
But
just
yeah,
gotta.
I think you gotta use that Raikou, man. It's such a good mon. It can cause so many problems, especially with an assault vest. It's deceptively bulky with that assault vest, and it can still punch out let out some power every time you bring it. Um, make sure it is shiny. I know we said this in the power rankings. Make sure it's always shiny. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's my piece on that.
Now on to the ringleaders. Well, I messaged him before, I said that in all caps, and he's like, "I got it." Now onto the ringleaders. Seattle Seadress. Clefabula being 7-3 is an obvious stud for you.
Yeah,
Clefabula's supposed to be a defensive mob, but you're flipping that shit on its head, and you're sweeping with like Calm Mind and Sword Power and stuff. That's
it's
pretty fire.
retarded.
That's pretty
It's
fire.
retarded. That's what it
That's
is.
really good. You just keep doing exactly what you're doing with Clefable. I don't have any other complaints with on the end of Clefable. It's got to die a few times because of its speed. It's pretty slow. It takes a lot of hits. It's going to die a few times, but the 7 kills really speaks volumes for how well you've been using Clefable this season. It's got as many kills as Infernape, and that's just what?
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's actually insane. That it's got the same amount of kills as Infernape.
Yep.
However,
Dudley.
unlike Infernape, your fighting type Mienshao, your Mienshao isn't doing a goddamn thing for you, and that hurts. It's a really good mon. You've brought it once, and it didn't do anything. It's a good regenerator mon. You can dish out. So I mean, we just saw the dangers of high jump kick in this fight
He's brought
against.
that twice. He's brought that twice, but
He's brought it
still
twice. Okay, but it came twice. Once it died, and then I don't think it did anything in that other one, right?
didn't get any
It's only got
kills.
one death.
Yeah,
Yeah,
didn't
no
get any
kills with
kills.
that thing. I don't know how. It's a Mian Shao. It packs a mean punch. High jump kick doesn't feel good if you land it. Um, U-turn utility there, so I think
Knockoff.
that knockoff too, which is terrific. So I don't think you're utilizing it to its fullest potential. So that is my piece on that one.
Okay, monotone. Oh, goodness. I'm having some staticky noise. Hold up.
Oh no. Technical difficulties. Everyone please wait.
Okay, I think we're good now. I was having some pretty bad staticky noises there. Can you still hear me pretty good?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right, good.
This is where we wish we had an editor or knew how to edit. So
All
we can
right,
just edit this
so
part out.
monotone excitement. Your stud is Infernape 7-3. I know we just threw some shade at it, but it's good. 7-3 is still a really good season for Infernape. Am I not staticky
We
at
didn't
all for
throw
you?
shade at it. We were just praising Clefable.
Am I not staticky at all for you? Like, am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
Cool. Yep. So just kind of what I said before. Just keep using it as that offensive, like wall breaker, sweeper, setup guy that it is. Keep up the good work. Keep up your defensive gameplay. You seem to be handling it pretty well, but you do have a Dudley, and it's because we were nitpicky because we had to pick a dud for every team.
Yeah, this dud. I think was this the Aerothorn also had a dud that had an asterisk next to it as well. I believe his was an asterisk dud, right?
No, it was Raikou. We didn't like Raikou.
Oh, Raikou.
This
That's
is the
right. That's
only
right.
this is
This
the
was
only team.
this. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one that has an asterisk next to its dud because it's not really a dud. It is, and that's Tapu Fini. This is, and again, this is really nitpicky, but like, hey, Tapu Fini can like, if it's not defensive every week, can get more kills. But
Then
again, you
2 and
used it.
5.
Yeah, it's 2 and 5. So you're bringing it every week because
2 and 4.
again,
I'm
it's a
sorry.
really
2 and 4. I'm sorry.
2 and 4. You're bringing it every week because it's a good defensive mon, and you should be bringing it every week. Sets up terrain, defog. You can click Nature's Madness and just cut somebody's HP in half. Scald burns are always great once that terrain goes away if it's still out there. So you have all these different things that it can do. You can run Calm Mind sets with it. You've opted not to, and I think that's a smart choice. I don't think that it's its best set. But again, it's the slightest nitpick. It's only got 2 kills. Whoop-de-doo. But it's been a defensive stalwart for you all season. Again, I can't complain about a 2 and 4 Tapu Fini. I'd be happy with that. I'm like, oh, listen.
Yeah, I mean, my
I
Rotom
think
Wash in a very similar position. We didn't make it my
it
dud.
is. It's
I just
true.
have something that's performed worse.
Yeah. Which we'll get to yours now, I guess.
Yeah. Do you just want to do the thing where I just don't speak at all and you talk about my stud and dud, and then I do you, or do you just want me to
No,
speak
we'll
on
just
stuff?
we'll just continue. We'll just continue this pattern.
My stud is Zygarde. Zygarde is
Big
great.
surprise there.
A honorable mention though. I think I gave an honorable mention before for Melmetal. My honorable mention is definitely Heracross. All I ever hear about from my opponents is, man, I had nothing for Heracross. Man, I had nothing for Heracross. But how are you gonna ignore that really, really attractive 12-2 differential? It's really good. It's a number 2 in the league. Cries every time. It's really solid. It's real solid. It's doing me wonders. I have no true complaints other than the fact that maybe I tried to force set against Aerothorn when I could have had something a little bit better for the week, but it still picked up a kill that game. So hey, whatever. What's my dud? Yay win.
Your dud is good old Hatterene.
Hatterene.
Hatterene is in this league, most leagues is a tier 2 mod. And this league it's a tier 3 mon. That's a bargain. But he brought it once, he got a kill, and then it died. For being a really good magic bounce mon, had some solid defense, having um, having some good special attack stat as well to go along with that. I just feel like you've underutilized it a bit, and it's just one of those things where, I've just been very meh about it. I know you've talked about potentially getting rid of it and trading it, or trading it in for something else. Like I think Uxie was what you wanted. We're looking at, but there were a lot of different moving wheels with that trade.
Yes, and
But
I
it's just,
ultimately couldn't make it work.
yeah. So, but that's definitely my dud for you, just because it's not done anything for you.
No, it hasn't. I brought it to one game, it got one kill, and it died.
Yep. And that's
Um,
sad for a mon that has like base 130 special attack or something like that.
yes, it is. It's got base
Yeah.
131. Yeah. And for Yewen, um, so your dud is not Komodo, and it's 15-1 record, but
No,
instead
it's not.
it is Wish Cash, even though it's not on your team. Uh, yeah, no, his dud's Komodo. It's way too. Do I need
Stud.
to stay? Do I need to stay on this one?
Stud.
Do I need to stay on this one? It's way too good. So, it's Studley for sure.
Uh, It's Dudley.
I said Studley. This time I said Studley. Before you got me.
Okay. Okay.
It's
Just making
Studley
sure.
for sure. Dudley is a Street Fighter character. Okay, this is Studley.
It,
Okay, this is
um,
great.
we
This is
decided that,
nice.
yeah, 15-1. They're hard to find any issues with that. Um,
And it died to toxic. I didn't really get killed. No one received credit
yeah,
for its kill. Died to toxic damage. So
yeah.
that's
It
fire.
and it took something with it too when it died. So it went out swinging. It's averaging 3 kills a game, which is stupid.
Yeah, very stupid.
But my dad is my Kofag because we talked about how fantastic Snorlax and Kofag is as a defensive core, and I've just not used it at all.
Didn't bring it.
I just I don't I didn't bring it. I haven't brought it. I don't know why. I'm stupid. Kofag's a great mod, and I love Kofag, and I love using Kofag. I just haven't used it. Got a massive defensive stat. It's got, solid special defense, and you can boost it up with Calm Mind and click Shadow Ball. You can, Will-O-Wisp Hex. You got a lot of different things you can do with it. I haven't used any of it.
If even
Just
some of the
haven't
better
touched it.
teams have critiquing they need and have critiquing
I
have
just
some things that they could use a lot
I
better.
I need to. I need to use it because it's so good. It's just like, oh, that low punny there. That could be a problem. It'd be a shame if we were to click Fake Out and get the ability Mummy. And now it can no longer hit me, and it has to switch.
Yep.
Just
And
didn't use any of that.
with that, we're gonna go. You're gonna start us off, Win. Go ahead and run me through it. Top six right here in order, and then tell me how the playoff bracket's gonna go based on those results.
Top 6 in order. Okay.
Yes.
I
If you can, give me their record.
I can give you the record. Well, we know Lily's 4-2 now.
Yes.
So, and that was a 4-0 win. So they're actually in third place right now. That was a 4-0, right?
Yeah, it could have been a 5-0 if they just went Quagsire on the close combat rather than sacking
Could
off
have
their
been.
Beedrill for no reason.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree there. Could have been a 5-0, so you would have been solidly in third place. Um, but good win, Lily.
And
I
top
think
golf clap.
sixth place. I think sixth place, the last playoff spot. Ooh,
You want me to go first? I have my list.
I, you have your list. Okay, go ahead and give me your list.
I do have my list. Lily finishes 5-3.
I have. Okay, 5-3.
So they win one more, they lose one more.
So
Arathorn,
who are they losing to, and who are they winning against?
they're losing to you. You're
Okay,
beating everybody else.
okay. I just want to know your thoughts. I think Lily can beat me. Melmetal's a problem.
Yeah, they're losing to you, and they're beating everybody else. And they're gonna finish fifth. Right under him,
Fifth.
Arathorn. Arathorn, because
They're
they're
going
going
to
to
finish
finish
sixth then.
5-3. Arathorn's also going to finish 5-3. He's just not going to get those big 4-0 wins and 5-0 wins like Lily's going to get.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's gonna be a differential contest. And the champion Charizards is gonna be
Okay.
under the Kamikaze Carbings, in my opinion. I believe the Seattle Seadras kind of get to creeping up there because the Seattle Seadras don't have to play me and they have to play you, right? You have to play both the Cold War Cryogonals and the Seattle Seadras, is that right?
No, I play the Cryogonals, and then I play. That's my last week. I play Lily next week, and I play you this week.
Oh, so you don't play the Seattle Seadras at all?
No.
I believe the Seattle Seadras went out. And I actually think Monotone might drop a couple games. So I think Monotone finishes on top of Lily.
Oh no, I do play the Cedars. I do play the Cedars. I had that backwards. I apologize.
Yeah, I thought so. I definitely thought that you
Okay.
did.
I'm stupid sometimes.
I think which of those teams is playing you, I think is going to lose. I'm sorry. I just think that you're a really good coach, and I think you have a matchup versus everybody versus this league. I think you're the team that beats people for sure. It's really, it just comes down to that. And I mean, this isn't to offend anybody. This isn't to make anybody upset. It's my opinion. I think Ye Win pretty much beats everybody in the league. I still think he beats me, but I'm going to try hard to win. So there you go. I think that because of that, you say you play monotone. You say you play monotone, not the Cedrus.
No, I play the Cedars. I
You
play the
don't play
Cedars.
monotone
I don't play monotone. So monotone, their last
because I think
3
monotone
weeks.
drops a game to me, and I think the Cedrus drop a game to you. I said monotone drops 2 games because I thought they played you and me.
No, they don't play you and me.
So I think that monotone drops a game, and because of the defensive nature of his team, he's going to hang on to a better differential than Dravos. So I think basically
Okay.
the only order flip here is the champion Charizard is going to go under the Kamikaze Carbings, which they already have because that game's already done. As for the top 2, you got to bet on myself. I'm going undefeated this season. I know I just said Ye Win it beats teams. I'm going to beat him. And I'm going to take the best team in the league. I'm going to take that to an undefeated season in the playoffs. I'm going to win the whole championship. Come at me, kids. Come prove me wrong. Ye Win. Ye Win. Shoot. Who else do I play? Corgo Cryogonals. And I think it's the Hartford Herdiers. Come at me, guys. Come get some. Tell me I'm wrong. I want to. I want you to. Please come get some.
It's gonna be a real shame if like just Como just gives you the
Come
penis.
get some.
And
Come get some. Come on. Let's get it.
I plan to.
Which
He
means I
plans
believe
to.
Ye Win falls to 7-1, and I believe I go 8-0. So that would make it to
All
where
right.
I would play the winner of Arathorn and Monotone's game, and Ye Win would play the winner of Lily and Dravos's game. In that case, I think Lily advances to play Ye Win, and Monotone advances to play me again. Then I think I take on Monotone and beat him. I think Ye Win beats Lily again, and then I play Ye Win in the finals for the W. That's my playoff bracket.
That's his playoff bracket. All right. Shit.
I'm confident. I bet
I
on myself.
think. Yeah. No. I like it. I think Dravos falls to 5th. Because I think Arathorn can win out and have a better differential. Champion Charizards, you play Dutch Drapions, you play the Cold War Cryogonals, and you play the Hartford Herdiers. So you got a tough game up against Monotone. I think Monotone, you stay where you are. You'll take one more loss, but I think you'll have a better differential than Arathorn because you already do, and I think that game is close. I think you might lose that one 2-0, but I think you'll win. I think you have a team that can actually beat Brandon. I don't really like your matchup against him, if I'm being entirely honest. Because I don't see how you deal with Mega Venusaur very well outside of Heatran, and that thick fat's not going to be fun to deal with. I'm just letting you know,
I didn't
Brandon.
know you were talking about Arathorn or Monotone there. I was confused. Fair enough.
I'm
fair
talking.
enough,
I So let's see. I think I'll have Lily, Dravos, Arathorn, Monotone, you, and then me. I think so. That would mean Lily would play Monotone and Arathorn would play Dravos. So between Monotone and Lily, let me see here.
Oh, I'm recording this. Oops. I was gonna quietly look up a calc, but I'm recording this. Ignore that.
You're gonna look up a calc. Oh wow, I'm in a dead giveaway on a set.
Yeah. No, I
My
didn't. I
guess
didn't
is that
type
it's a
anything up.
gut.
All I did was get the showdown up, and I was trying to be
My
quiet so
guess.
nobody would hear it. No, I think they could see it.
I'm guessing this. I'm guessing the calc you were looking up is maybe like a guts flame ward boost, like a flame ward boosted guts swallow brave bird on the Mega Venusaur. That's my
Never.
guess.
Never.
Never,
You're
never.
gonna you're
Okay.
gonna know what the
Well, it's
calc
not the
was
only
after this
thing.
recording.
What'd you say?
You're gonna know what the calc is after this recording, so just keep going. Don't mind me.
Okay. Okay. But I think monotone beats Lily, and I think let's see, who's winning between Dravos and Arathorn? Who's winning? Oh, I think I'm gonna give it to Arathorn because Starmantine and Mega Gardevoir. I don't see how you deal with that. I just don't. Um, so then that would mean monotone would play you, and I would play Arathorn, and can handle my business with Arathorn. Um, I think you can handle your business the second time around with monotone. And then I beat the shit out of you in the finals.
Okay.
Um, you potentially, Brandon, I think, could actually end your season 6-2.
Because an LDU and
Um,
then an L to monotone.
yeah. But your differential is so fucking insane, it doesn't matter. It's like I could drop all 3 of my last games. It wouldn't matter. My differential's batshit crazy. I could lose 6-0 and still be +3.
If I'm not
So,
beating you by like 2-0 next week, if I beat you by 2-0 next week, we're tied.
yeah, I know. I know.
So that's still insane to think about.
Yeah, I'm aware. I could
Um,
lose. I could lose out 6-0 every game and still have a +3 differential. So I like my odds in playoffs. And especially, and it'll be very telling after these next 3 weeks because I mean, my next 3 teams that I play are all going to be in the playoffs. I think. The only one that I think that I could see sneaking in is Lokadai. Um,
so that would be over Lily, you said?
that would be over Lily. I
Gotcha.
think he might be able to weasel his way in there.
Oh,
Um,
this week will tell us that.
I would still. So yeah, absolutely. You have a big order to fill there, Lokadai. You gotta you gotta win big, man. So both this week and this coming in week 6 as well. So handle your business, maybe sneak in, and we'll see what happens. But obviously, I'm gonna bet on myself to win. I think the only matchup that I don't like is against you. I like my matchup against Lily. I do not like Melmetal all that much because that's just a problem. And Hydreigon can also cause problems for me. Um, and with Dravos, I think Clefable's is the only thing that could potentially give me any sort of problems, but I got a bag of tricks for that one that I'm not too concerned about. Toxapex is tough to break, but eventually it will break. The only thing I don't like against you is Zygarde's a problem. Zygarde's a massive issue, and I need to deal with that. So but that's my business. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on everything for mid-season stuff. I don't know if I have anything else I'd like to add or need to add.
Okay, well, thank you for watching, you guys. Didn't mean to offend anybody, and sorry if we did. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and with my patented catchphrase. Feel free to tell us if you disagree with us in the Discord chat or the comment section. We will be more than happy to tell you that you are wrong. Thanks for watching this. Thanks for being so cool, guys. It's been a really awesome thing, and I hope this really increases. Skyrift and Joker have done a very nice job putting on a really fun show for us. Done a lot of behind the scenes work to give us a really awesome league, and I really thank you guys for that. Hope we can come out and give you that support and continue to do these YouTube update videos because we know you guys like them. So thank you for watching. I've been the Illinois Kid, and this has been Yay Win. We will see you guys hopefully in the playoffs.
Yeah.
All right. Just yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say. I've said my piece.
All right. Catch you
Fucking
later,
end the
guys.
recording. Cut.